What's up, guys? My name is JonBlazeLIVE. I'm a content creator on Twitch and YouTube. At Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, MySpace, all at JonBlazeLIVE. Come check me out.
What's going on, guys? It's Loaf. You can catch me on YouTube and Twitch at twitch.tv/itsLoaflord or youtube.com/Loaflord. And we are here with the almighty Dino.
Oh, now I feel fucking
okay?
weird. Oh my god. You just searched me and I'm like, oh shit, what did I do now?
Yeah, so tell me, Dino, what do you do? What do you do for SCUM?
Well, currently, in these past few months, I've been upgraded to marketing specialist. So I focus on marketing, like boosting posts in the back end, working with you guys, of course, getting more, acquiring more streamers, handling our, marketing back end. I'm currently working on a website for us that'll be like, 21st century, very cool, like gaming type of website with all of our games, with all of the information and some pretty cool factoids about the games and the team as well. So I'm working on that as well. And I recently started doing like pictures for patch notes and everything else. And the videos, of course. I like the last couple of videos that were on our channel. I was the one that made them. I don't handle the patch videos though. That's one of the more experienced video creators in our company named Iggy, and he does those videos, like directs them and records everything and the footage. So he's behind those, and I was behind the last couple of videos, like the video contest, which Loaf you actually won. Like deservedly 100%. So that's about it, yeah. And I do some testing. Like I was a tester and community manager before, but now I test less often because I'm working on these things. But when I can, when I need to help out, I help out and test the game as well.
What's like the your most favorite thing that's been added since day one?
Well, probably the new lighting, like the darker nights, the more realistic fires, the flashlights that we needed to add for the game. And I know I'm subjective, but it's because I'm the one who actually did it. Like, yeah, one of the programmers showed me like what parameters I needed to change within Unreal Engine. So I downloaded the engine, and then I started playing around with the map and changing the lighting. And then when I found the perfect number, at least in my eyes, for what would be realistic, but also works for the gameplay, and then I worked with animators and designers to work on the new lights and the new lighting system, and we created the flashlights as well. So probably that.
Wait, Dino, so you're really the cause of the new lighting that's been going on in SCUM for the last few months?
Yeah.
Firm
That's amazing.
handshakes. That's incredible. Holy crap.
Do you guys plan on using adding lighters to be a light source?
Probably, yeah. Along with probably what I would say the what's it called, the smoking animations that we talked about before. It could work, definitely.
That would be
Something like
Gotcha.
yeah, like Far Cry 2 comes to mind with the flashlight and thing. If
yeah,
I'm not mistaken,
with
it
the
was Far Cry 2.
with the lighter idea in the middle of the night, using that as
Yeah,
a
yeah,
light source would be, the immersiveness will go insane.
yeah, I know.
You can
And
see
if we
just a little bit in front of you, but maybe not so much that other players can see. Like, oh, look at that big ass flashlight in the forest. It'd probably be just like, oh, there's like a little fire, barely a little tent. You know what I mean?
It would bring immersiveness to the next level. And talking about immersiveness, I know you guys have spoken yourself specifically, like me and your conversations coming into the stream. Reworking AIs, is that something that's like you guys are focused on, I guess, making more immersive and dangerous, like the rework with the AIs that we have now?
Yeah, actually, one of the features planned, well, we hope at least before 0.5, but I hope if not before, then at 0.5. With the addition with the new wolves that you saw, we delayed them because there was an issue with their AI, and we've come to the conclusion you know, there's trouble with the AI, usually like puppets walking through walls, bears phasing through objects and hitting you out of nowhere. Know John very well. You're an expert in
Yeah.
that bear abuse. So
remove bears one.
yeah. Not remove bears when, improve bears when. So yeah, we want to improve the AI from the ground up and basically rewrite all of the AI to be uh, to the animal adjacent, not animal adjacent. Holy shit! So we want to rewrite the AI from the ground up to match the animal that it's attached to, because for example, the wolf and the bear use the same type of AI, and since it's not the same body, it didn't work so well. So that's why we needed to delay the wolves to make an AI that would match them and their behavior and possibly even pack tactics. Like wolves will spawn in packs like 1, 2, or 3, maybe even 4, 5, depending on how well we manage to execute it, and then have them act as if they were in a pack. That's why we delay them.
So
Yeah, that
basically,
sounds.
I'm fucked.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah, you're fucked.
So you said this will be becoming before 0.5 patch, or that's what you guys are planning to do. So will we?
The complete rework of the animal AI would ideally be before the 0.5 patch, but if not, I hope at the 0.5 patch.
So if it's before the 0.5 patch, will we see that rework before the end of 2020? If it's before 0.5?
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully.
I got another question, Dino. Talking about how
Yeah, go
long
ahead.
it's been. It's been 2 years, like a little over 2 years since Scum was released. You started working from day one, correct, with the developer team?
No, SCUM was released at the 28th of August. I started working at the beginning of February, so 4 months after the fact. No, 6 months after the fact, half a year.
Okay, that's not that bad. That's still I would consider that the beginning.
You still
Um,
Yeah,
OG, dog.
yeah,
yeah, OG.
you're like the handful of like the dev team that just everyone knows. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
in a good way.
Well, since we're the community managers, that's kind of our job. So
Hell yeah, brother. So
Yeah, you have to talk to us.
how
yeah,
how has the experience been?
you peasants.
How has the experience been from, you know, your day one start till now, like over 2 years later, the progress, the growth of the developer team, even the growth in your position as far as, more responsibilities, more work, you're responsible for this amazing rework of the lighting. How was that journey for you?
The best way I can describe it is the day we started working there, and the first time I've turned on Scum when we started testing. And looking at it now, I'm amazed at how much the game has progressed since then. And I can't believe like me and the other guys are part of that story as well. And it's just an amazing feeling. What can I say?
Who like how would you say like the workplaces with like Andre and like Tommy? Are they like really hard on you guys over there? They're pretty they're nice
Well,
to you guys. They treat you right.
well, it's more of a like shoot the shit environment. Like everybody's just doing their own thing, but you know we crack jokes at each other most of the day. People hang out in groups, but we can all like hang out together, talk. Like especially we do a lot of walking and talking because he's making that feature, so go talk to him. Okay. Who designed this? You need to go to that guy, and then you go around the office, start talking. And it's a pretty chill environment. Like even when we have to like come in on a Saturday or a Sunday, or if something needs to be hot fixed like instantly, or if we're crunching for a patch like we did for 0.3, it's usually like to the best extent it can be, considering it's a crunch, like chill. Like they even like ordered pizzas for us, like paid for the food and everything else, and basically it was pretty good considering how some other companies handle crunches.
You guys still on the plan of expanding the map than what it is, the map size? Is that something that we still can see in the future?
Yeah, definitely. And that's one of the features that we actually have planned for 0.5. So we actually got the first iteration of the maps just so we can see how it fits in the scale of things. And if you can imagine it, or if you can open your map, the map is going to be expanded like from A4 down and to A1, and then from D1 down to A1 as well. So there's going to be eight new quadrants, and each of them is going to be the standard 3 kilometers. So the map is going to be 15 by 15 after 0.5.
Wait, so for
Damn.
0.5, that's coming to that patch?
Yep.
Wow. Holy cow.
Are you guys planning on upping player count or vehicle count?
If
For
we
that?
manage to optimize the game enough for official servers to support that, and we're going to need to do some optimizing, of course, for the basically another quarter of the map being added to the game, as well as upping puppet numbers, animal numbers, vehicle numbers, and everything else, just so it keeps up with the whole map. And that's something that is still yet to be decided, but I think that's something we will do.
How's that been going, like technically wise? Like, because I know that UE4 has kind of been struggling with the whole data and level streaming and stuff.
Well, we are doing for most major patches, is 0.4 was the big one, where we I think Andre can explain this better, but we've taken the packs that were in the game, and they were huge. So that's why it took so long, for example, to transfer the game, install the game, etc. And we've actually chopped them up into smaller bits, so they go by much faster. And that was one of the bigger things that we did for 0.4. But we are doing these types of optimizations all the time, but we're not releasing them to the public because they won't feel they won't make that big of an impact if they're implanted one by one. But when we send out a big wave of optimizations, it improves the whole game. And especially with that type of thing, we like to do a wipe because of that, and then the game runs a lot more smoothly. I think if I say that from 0.4 until today, the game has been running as smooth as it's ever been. Would you guys agree?
Oh, I would definitely
Yes.
agree with that.
Especially after this last patch. I don't know what, but the game has been running incredible for me.
Yeah.
Even in like the city, like you can actually have pretty good firefights in the city and it not feeling so choppy. You know what I mean?
City needs to be touched up a little bit, but it's made huge improvements to the city. I can't
Yeah,
lie.
huge improvements.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the city because we are actually planning to roll out an update to the Unreal Engine for the game. We're now on 4.24, but we're going to move up to 4.25, which is going to bring even more optimizations and even more and even better streaming, especially within the city, among other things.
I know we were talking about puppets earlier, and I know you were reworking the AI and stuff. Are you guys gonna be adding like some way for them to like jump over like certain objects, like climb into windows maybe, or possibly even break down doors, or even maybe kind of like a like zombies going and attacking your base and like slowly, decaying it?
The main point of discussion now that we've announced the new AI and everything that we plan to implement into the game, and I'm sure you guys seen the concept art for the mutants that were a year ago that we've announced them, and most recently Mr. Brenner, the big dude with the scary face with the metal,
That's his
helmet.
name,
Yeah, Mr.
Mr.
Brenner.
Brenner.
Yeah,
Awesome.
That thing's not
I
going to
have
be
to
in
yeah.
see the
bunkers,
face.
right?
But yeah,
Oh my
uh,
god.
anyway, it's going to be what's going to be a deciding factor is, are we going to have the time to improve both the puppets? So as you mentioned, jumping through windows, attacking the base, so it decays slowly, so you need to protect it, or some other form of AI improvement to the puppets? Or are we going to focus more on adding new AI and new enemies? And that's just still a point of discussion between between people in the firm and the programmers and and the designers and everything else, and that's basically just a question for it.
Yeah, I think John was saying that would you have Mr. Brenner, spawning in bunkers, or do you think you're going to be adding like new points of interest that he would probably be at, like he could spawn in these certain areas?
Well, with the expansion of the map, we are definitely going to be adding more POIs, especially in those areas, because people need to have an interest in to going to those areas as well. And we also, now that you mentioned those special locations, we are planning on implementing like special either underground type bunkers or like big areas of maybe maybe a radiation zone, maybe a place that was devastated by fire or something, and then have special, well, not necessarily events, but special objectives that you can complete within that certain area. So maybe it's infiltrate the bunker, get the key, open the safe, grab the thing, whatever, and then you get rewarded for doing that objective. It's not going to be like within the quest system or anything, but it's something like an objective in your head. Okay, if I go to this location on the map, I will 100% get an M82, 2 mags, and 20 bullets for it. 100%. Think of it that way.
Yeah, it's a big risk but a big reward.
Exactly.
Are you guys planning on doing something like maybe some points of interest that have like not super high tier, like nothing like the naval base or anything like that, like on that level, but like a pretty decent chunk for where maybe those bosses could spawn only and maybe like no mechs? Because I know like there are still some people that like still get a little annoyed by the mechs. I think it would be a great way to like compromise it a little bit, where you have some areas where like you can still go to and not worry about the mechs, but you have to worry about hordes of puppets or like Mr. Brenner being there, because it's like, oh yeah, you want to get that M82 100%, like yeah, you're gonna have to fucking deal with this guy hitting you with a flamethrower from like 30 feet away, or you know what I mean.
Yeah. So as I've mentioned, like Mr. Brenner, let's use him for example. He's going to be spawning at certain locations that we decide on the map, and then it's basically going to be a deciding factor. Will you go to the military bunker where there's mechs and there's a lot of puppets, or are you going to go to the location where there's puppets, maybe a few mutants, and then Mr. Brenner or a few Mr. Brenners? You never know. So
Ooh.
it's going to be a deciding factor, and then it will vary by the amount and the quality of loot you want to acquire. And also another thing, and I'm glad you mentioned the mechs, because we are actually planning on reworking the mechs as well. A new model has been in the works, and yeah, a new model has been in the works, and I don't know if you've noticed, but one of the leaks from Tomislav's Twitter was basically a mech assembly factory, where you can actually see
Yes.
the torso of the new mech.
I got another question real quick for you, Dino. So talks about rework of AIs, new mutants, optimization, and even map expansion. Boats when?
Well, isn't that something the community has been yearning for?
I have a band.
Yeah.
I have a band in my chat. People cannot type boats when because I'm tired of hearing it. And bikes when.
I wish we could do that for Discord. Sadly, we can't.
That would be a really good feature, actually, for Discord.
Yeah. But yeah, boats will hopefully be coming with the 0.5 update, along with fishing as well. And like
Og.
marine life, the fishes in the, well, not just fishes, but other sea creatures in the sea or in the
Sharks?
Yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna be seeing Jaws in here.
I don't know, maybe. I don't
No
know.
way.
Everything is possible. Sharks with freaking laser beams at your heads.
Freaking laser beams.
Yeah, freaking laser beams.
But
yeah.
okay, so if you do have sharks, can we potentially see them attacking your boat? Or is bait or like boat damage an actual thing in the like gonna be implemented? Like if you hit a big ass rock while you're on your boat? Is it going to
Probably,
damage
yeah.
it?
We're probably going to implement a health system for the boats, especially because boats are going to make much more sense with the 0.5 patch because you can finally go to those islands that we've added. And considering
Yeah.
the new locations can only be reached either by boat or by certain bridges, and I'm sure many people are are familiar with the infamous, should I say, PUBG bridge that connected
Oh
that one
yeah.
island. Yeah, and basically it's going to be a few entrances to these islands apart from getting there with the boat. So that's going to open a lot of gameplay elements, I'm sure. So that's why we want to add the destructibility, so people don't, like hoard boats, or
Right.
or if someone's driving by and you shoot the boat and the boat doesn't explode, you're like, So definitely. If I'm not
Or like
mistaken,
or
improvised
like a canoe
raft
or
are, yeah,
yeah.
like a raft. I believe an improvised raft is in the works as well. Don't quote me 100% on that, but I think it is.
Are you guys going to be having like a stamina system like from rowing? Like you're slowly going to lose stamina?
Well, probably, yeah.
Gotcha.
Can you speak on like any of the marine life that you brought up? Like which, I guess, like a fish or a shark or something? Or there's nothing?
Well, I can speak from what I've seen because not a lot of the assets are implemented yet, and we need to fix the AI in the game before we can work on the marine AI. But what I've seen is a school of fish, and it's actually like it's in the
What is it
development
called?
process, and I've seen a school of fish. A bunch of
Oh, a
fish.
school of fish.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
school of fish. What did you think I
I
said?
thought you said some crazy ass fish I never heard of. I was like,
No,
the
no,
hell is
no, no,
this?
no.
I'm gonna look it up.
No. A school of fish. Yeah, a
Loaf is
school
on
of fish.
Google.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I alt tabbed so quick. All right, let's talk a little bit about base building. So I know Tommy fucking leaked some stuff on Twitter showing off. I think it was like new textures or new assets that were being used for. It looked like the metal barricades or like the advanced barricades.
Yeah.
Or is that just like an upgrade, like a new thing we're gonna be seeing, or is it just like a new like cosmetic type of thing that we're
It's a
seeing?
new thing you're going to be seeing. It's a new thing.
It's gonna be using different like resources than just regular like metal and wooden
Yep.
palisades. Gotcha.
Yep. Yep. And they're going to look more cool. But they're also going to be more functional as well. So,
They're
yeah,
also gonna be what?
more functional.
Gotcha. Do you guys plan on adding like lights that can turn on and off, or depending if you shoot them out or anything like that?
We plan to have electricity, that's 100%, but I don't know how we will have like interactions with each of those items because just I don't know. That's one of the things that I don't know. It's so far into the future, I can't even predict will we do that. But it would be it definitely would be cool if we had like a Splinter Cell type situation where you go around shooting lights, ambushing people, etc.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. I guess it would be kind of hard on a technical side. I feel like that'd be like a
Exactly.
nightmare
Yeah.
for the server.
Exactly.
One of the features that we did not go over for that patch or mention was metabolism. We've seen a lot of leaks online on Twitter by Thomas Love with the metabolism UI, new medical skills, even the body graph where you get damaged at diseases. Is that something that we're going to be seeing soon, or by the end of 2020?
So far, it's going on track to being finished by before 0.5. So you can
What?
expect that to be coming hopefully before 0.5, but if not, then add the 0.5 update.
Wow. I know the first implementation is going to be basic, and it's going to evolve and progress over time. I'm pretty sure a lot of the community is aware of that. Is there anything you could tell us that's going to be coming with it, like the basic stuff, just the graph or diseases, maybe the basic diseases at first?
Well, we are going to have the disease system as well as the medical system. So these will all work together with the new metabolism system. And what you've seen from the leaks. We're going to be adding a new UI. We're going to be making sure that almost all of the features that should be working with the metabolism system do work properly and as intended. So that would include probably increasing your attributes, so skills and everything else. I don't know if we will have learning in the first iteration, because you can learn to increase your intelligence and help with other skills as well. But like if you pump iron at the gym, you get more strength, or if you run a lot, or if you sneak a lot, you get more dexterity, etc., etc. So these are the types of things that I would personally like to see be done. I don't know if we're going to get to that point, but that's one of the things I'm hoping for sure.
I got some questions from the community. I don't know if you guys want to get into that
Sure.
now, some community questions and things like that.
Sure. Let's go.
For sure.
Let me just pull this up 1 second. Will there be a wipe for new metabolism?
Not 100% sure.
Okay.
I don't think it will, but I'm not 100% sure. So don't quote me on that.
Will traps? So there's a big thing about traps and mines. I don't know if you guys have, been hearing about it from the community recently. I'm probably sure you guys
We
have
always
been.
have an ear in the community.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, I know you guys hear this. People, a lot of complaints about traps and whether they're at POIs too much or inside the flag radius, they're disappearing and not disappearing, but losing its health. Have you guys worked on that or discussed about the mines and the traps? Just in
Yeah, we
general?
have been discussing the mines and the balance of the mines, and should they be used more defensively or offensively or in between. And it has been a point of discussion, but we haven't settled on a system. So I don't really want to give you the system ideas that we have like during testing phases and like discussions. So it's definitely on our minds, and it's being discussed and it's being worked on, but I just don't know what the final iteration will be.
Okay, and this might be the last one. Events. So, people are there was at one point where you guys had a hot fix for like the spawn side of events, and it was working perfectly. And now I don't know if there was any adjustments made to it, but it's starting to become a little, I guess, bad with the respawns and events at times, depending on how many people are in there. And also the BR mode, which is a new feature into SCUM. Would that be implemented into the events tab where you could run it as an event, but it won't affect the server you're on or the map you're on, basically?
So the question about spawns first. We haven't changed anything with regards to spawning in events in quite some time. So, but we'll definitely check it out now that you reported it, because we haven't been getting a lot of reports with regards to that. And the battle royale not affecting the map would be extremely hard, and putting it into the events tab. So, because if we don't generate a complete other map for you guys to play in and then come back to the original map, there's just no way around, playing the battle royale mode and not having it affect the map. So that's probably gonna be a no.
Okay, great. What's up, guys? My name is JonBlazeLIVE. I'm a content creator on Twitch and YouTube. At Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, MySpace, all at JonBlazeLIVE. Come check me out.
Nice, like a natural.
Nice.
What's up, guys? My name is Dino, and I'm a developer for Gamepires, and we're working on the game SCUM. Make sure you buy it, and make sure you subscribe to these two beautiful motherfuckers, because they deserve it.
Epic.
That was beautiful.
Epic.
Good or whatever. Okay. Get this. And do this. And then.
With the fame bot right there.
Exactly.
Capturing Dino and all its greatness. Oh shit, Dino, you've been sitting to the right of me this whole time?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I've been looking at John Blaze the whole time while he's been talking. Oh my god! I should have known because he said he has the pistol holster. I'm stupid.
You know the meme like where the guy is trying to look at the other girl while his girlfriend is holding him back.
Oh yeah.
I'm like the girlfriend.
I'm sorry, John. Dude, John, he's so beautiful. I see his tattoos.
I have been working
Yeah,
out.
definitely.
I've been working out, so I don't
Oh,
blame
yeah.
him, you know?
In Croatian,
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Kakosi.
Kakasi?
Kakosi.
Kakosi, yeah, Kakosi.
Kakasi. Kakasi.
Kakosi chin
Yeah,
chin.
but you know how you doing would be more like Kakosi brate, which basically means how are you, brother?
Kakasi, brata.
Kakosi brate.
Kakasi,
Kakosi
brate.
brate.
Yeah, exactly.
Kakosi
Perfect.
brate.
Kakasi,
Ah!
brate.
This sounds so
I
fucking
love
weird. This sounds so fucking weird. Holy shit.
it.
No, your pronunciation is so perfect. Like you would pass for Croatians. If you just repeat that, you would pass for Croatian. I'm not even kidding.
I booked my ticket. I just did it right now. I'm ready.